All right, so with long division, just ingrain in your brain, all right, how you did it in fourth grade, right? You had the house and you had the thing outside the house, and then you had the thing you were dividing inside the house, right? So here it says y to the fourth plus 2y squared minus y plus 5. That's going into our house. Now with these, you need to leave yourself a ton of space. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work over here. I have my house. I'm going to write y to the fourth. Okay, now this is crucial. You have to account for every kind of degree less than 4. So notice my leading coefficient and my leading degree is 4, right? Does everybody see that? So I'm going to start at y to the fourth. Now, are there any y cubes?
There are.
There's no y cubes in the problem. Do you see that, Hansi? There are no y cubes. So what I do is I fill that in and write 0y cubed. Okay? Does everybody see that? Now, I think it will help you out in the next thing. And it does help you out keeping things aligned here. Okay? Here, we have 2y squared. Then we have minus y. And then we have plus 5. Notice the degrees go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can see how it decreases? All right. Now, it says divide that polynomial by y squared minus y plus 1. That goes outside. Now, this is the setup. Got it?
I don't get how you get to 0.
Are there any y cubes in my problem?
Y cubed?
Yeah.
No.
So that's why it's 0.
But oh, and then you found all the y squared.
Y squared is in the problem.
Oh, so you have to go through every single one.
Yeah, so you have to take into account everything. Now, I don't really care about matching anything else up besides the leading coefficient. Okay? So here, y squared. How do I make a y squared like y to the fourth? Carolina? Yeah, so I multiply it by y squared. Now I do y squared times y squared is y to the fourth. Y squared times negative y is negative y cubed. Y squared times 1 is y squared. Now, when we did long division, what would I do at this step? Subtract. So when I am here at this step, I still have to subtract. So I put negative sign or parentheses with the negative sign. Now, y to the fourth minus y to the fourth, they cancel. 0, right? That's what I want. Y cubed, or 0y cubed, minus negative y cubed. That is y cubed. You guys see that? 2y squared minus 1y squared is 1y squared. And then this drops down. So it's minus y. Justin, are you okay with that now? Now, do you see why, Hannah, I put in that 0y cubed? Because it's keeping things lined up.
Wait, how'd you get the 1y squared?
2y squared minus y squared, 1y squared. Now, again, it's all about the leading degree and the leading coefficient. How do I make a y squared a y cubed? What do I have to multiply it by? So I multiply this by y, so I write plus y. So I do y times y squared is y cubed. Y times negative y is negative y squared. Y times 1 is just y. And again, I'm subtracting here. So now I have y cubed minus y cubed, they cancel. Y squared minus negative y squared, that's 2y squared, because 2 negatives would make a positive. Then I have negative y minus y, that's negative 2y. And then this 5 drops straight down to plus 5. Lance, you with me here?
Yeah.
Now, again, it's all about this leading term, that 2y squared. How do I make a y squared a 2y squared? What do I have to multiply by? 2. Sorry, plus 2. So 2 times y squared is 2y squared. 2 times negative y is negative 2y. 2 times 1 is 2. And I'm subtracting. 2y squared minus 2y squared, they cancel. Negative 2y minus negative 2y. They cancel. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now, notice my problem's done, right? I divided it out. This is called the remainder. Remember how we put like R, like 3 in like elementary school? In this, we write plus, all right? This number is going to go on top. And then what goes on bottom is y squared minus y plus 1. So your remainder, okay, is just the numerator, and that's your denominator. Does that kind of make sense to you? A little bit? Now, there's a better way to do these problems. It's synthetic division. It's the way I like to do it. We're going to be going over that next, but you have to get down the basics here. This takes a while, but it's like very concrete. Okay, it's very concrete. Like it's very sequential. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Synthetic, I think we'll like it a lot more, but like it's just abstract. Okay. All right, let's look at number 2. Again, in number 2, we have our house. In the house, we have 2x to the 4th plus 3x cubed plus 0x squared plus 5x minus 1. And then outside is x squared minus 2x plus 2. Jake, do you see where I got that 0x squared from?
Yeah.
See how it's missing from here? So it goes 4, 3. I needed to take into account the 2's that aren't there. 1, 0. All right, Chris, what would I multiply x squared by to get 2x to the 4th? 2x to the 2nd. Very good. That's all I'm worried about is matching up that first term. Okay? So to get the 2, you would multiply by 2. To get x to the 4th, you multiply by x squared. So that gives me 2x to the 4th minus 4x cubed plus 4x squared. And we're subtracting. So I have 2x to the 4th minus 2x to the 4th. That's 0. We have 3x cubed minus 4x cubed. That's 7x cubed. 0x squared minus 4x squared. That's 4x squared. That 5x comes down. So I write plus 5x. Okay. Kaylin, what would I multiply x squared by to get 7x cubed? 7x. That's 7x cubed minus 14x squared plus 14x. We're subtracting, so 7x cubed minus 7x cubed, they cancel. Negative 4x squared minus negative 14x squared. Well, 2 negatives make a positive. So that's going to be what? 10x squared. 5x minus 14x is going to be minus 9x. That 1 drops straight down, so it's minus 1. Okay. I'll give you a second. Hold on. I'm going to allow everybody to catch up because I know it's a lot of writing. Hannah, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, what was your question?
At the top, how did you get the like 4x squared cubed and 4x squared? The negative 4x.
This?
Yeah.
What's 2x squared times,
Oh, you multiply those two.
yeah, you have to do this times that. Okay.
But then where did you get 4x squared?
What's 2x squared times 2?
Oh. Would you do the 7x times that 2?
That's this one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hannah, what would I multiply x squared by to get 10x squared? 10. So it's 10x squared minus 20x plus 20. And we're subtracting. So 10x squared minus 10x squared, they cancel. Negative 9x minus negative 20x is 11x. Negative 1 minus 20 is negative 21. Again, I'm done. This is my remainder. Okay? Did I make a mistake?
Yeah.
I mean, I could make a mistake. It's a lot going on here. Been known to make mistakes, like challenging Lance mistake. Yeah, if I won, but I
Well, you have to say you won.
was good.
You
Just
got spikes. You should.
should challenge you in a push-up competition.
Yeah.
I'm not good at.
When you write, the remainder, could you just still write that all?
Yeah. So this is my remainder. So it's going to be plus 11x minus 21. That's my numerator. And then in the denominator, it's x squared minus 2x plus 2. All right, a few things. These are just little tidbits I've picked up over the years. One, putting in, it seems silly, but putting in like all of the things that are missing, having this go from x to the fourth, x to the third, x squared, x, and then like no x's, that helps out. It keeps things lined up, okay? It does seem silly, but it does help you, especially when we move towards synthetic, because you have to have it with synthetic division. All right. And then another like couple things I've noticed to kind of make your life a little easier when you're doing this to see if you're getting towards the end. Notice your answer also should be in descending order. It doesn't have to be sequential like 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. But notice here, it goes x squared, x, no x's. After your answer with no x's, like the one Hannah did, see when she said times 10, the next part is your remainder, okay? That's like your problem's done. You don't have to keep going, all right? Does this kind of clear up a little bit that was confusing yesterday? All right, try this one on your own, okay? In number 3, few things. There's a few missing parts, okay, Isaac? There's something missing here and here. All right, maybe you need that, maybe you don't. Maybe there's more ways to do this. All right. See what you got. Try it. Hey, Lance, I got the same problem too. It is push-ups, but still number 1. I wouldn't see what happens. Yeah, like in this problem, I don't think it matters, but I think it's good. Good form to do. This is what you should have written down at the start. Are you done? Cool. Did you get that written down?
I did get that bit written.
Did you get that?
I didn't do it.
Okay. All right. As I was talking to Hannah, for this problem, I don't think it makes much of a difference, but it's just good form. Okay. It's good form to have that 0 at the end. All right. So notice my powers go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Same thing descending, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, here, okay, I'm going to do the problem. So just sit back and relax. Okay. I have 5x to the 4th, and x squared. I'm going to multiply that by 5x squared. That gives me 5x to the 4th plus 15x cubed. I'm going to subtract these two. 5x to the 4th minus 5x to the 4th, that's 0. 14x cubed minus 15x cubed is negative 1x cubed. 0 comes down. Okay. Now, here, I need a negative x cubed. So I'm going to multiply it by negative 1x. Okay. I kind of feel like I'm doing this correctly because I have x squared. The next thing I can multiply would be like x. See how it's descending. So multiply by negative 1x. That gives me negative 1x cubed minus 3x squared. And I'm subtracting. Negative 1x cubed minus negative 1x cubed. Okay, they cancel. 0 minus negative 3. That's going to be a positive 3. Bring down that 9. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply by 3. All right. I'm kind of feeling like I should be done after this because I went x squared, x, and a number. All right. So 3 would give me 3x squared plus what? 9x. And then they cancel, right? And I get 0. So that 0 again didn't make any difference, but it could. It could have made a difference. We didn't know. So that's why I said put it in there.
Wait, how did you get the 5 at this time? 5x squared?
Okay. This times this needs to give me whatever that is. Has to. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong. Okay. So notice these two are always the same number, right?
Yeah.
So,
And then, oh,
right? No remain.
but for the negative 1 would be the 3 and then negative. And then
No,
there.
it's the negative 1. Because I was trying to make
So when you're finding out what's equal, you always use
it's
the x squared.
the leading. No, it's the leading coefficient that I want. The leading term. I want it to be the same. So whenever I multiply my, I guess, divisor by, right, that needs to give me my leading term.
Yeah.
Kind of, I thought you were about to say something, and then you stopped.
But you don't use
No,
the,
I.
so you don't use 3x to get the answers.
No, I could care less what that is. Yes. Anybody else have a question? All right. Now, what's the difference between the first two problems we did and this one? Pretty easy to see the difference, right?
One doesn't have a remainder.
Doesn't have a remainder. It's what Jay said, right? Now, what does that mean when it doesn't have a remainder? Anybody want to guess?
All real numbers.
No.
But for you, it's solution.
Close. Yep. You're close. It does have something to do with solutions, all right? But it's more or less that my divisor x squared plus 3x is a factor. It's a factor. Remember we were talking about all the factors, right? So couple things. One, right? X squared plus 3x. They both have an x, right? All of these have an x, right? I could have divided them out. Okay, so like I know I have part of a solution, x plus 3 Okay, we were talking about an answer, right? X plus 3 equals 0. Solve that, we would get x equals -3. If I plug -3 into this, I bet you I get 0. Right? -3 to the 4th is 81 times 5. Well, that's what? 405. -3 times cubed is -27 times what? 14. Ooh. That's what? -270. And 4 times 27 is what? 108. So it's going to be -378. So 405 minus 378 is what? 22. -27. Right? With yeah, so it's 27. So then we have 9 times -3. It's going to be -27. 27 minus 27, 0. So when your remainder is 0, well, that means that it is a factor. Okay. So the other two we did, yeah, we divided them out, but they weren't factors. Okay. We weren't factors. So that's why we use long division. We use long division to determine factors. All right. Now, we are going to talk about synthetic division, not today, okay? But synthetic division is all about putting in the missing pieces, okay?
Wait, so
So we're going to pick up on this tomorrow. Hold on, Jake.